And we live from Neo 18. Cheers, boys.
Oh.
Oh, I'm waiting. Still waiting for JQ getting a beer.
Sorry, Mike.
Cheers.
So it's Mike or Mick? What do people call
My
me?
friends call me Mick. So you can call me Mike.
Okay, I'll call you Mike. Cradick?
My proper name is Michael.
Michael.
But only my mum and Michelle, when she's angry, calls me that.
So I can call you Michael?
Yeah, you can call me Michael, Mick.
Okay.
I've known you a long time now, haven't I?
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's wait for some people to get online.
What's your name, Chris?
Christopher.
Is it? Christopher.
Is this on?
Christopher Booterman.
No one's there.
It says live. No
Says
one
it's
wants to
live.
watch- No one wants to watch us.
They saw last night's and they were like, ah, we're over there.
So nobody's arrived yet?
Yeah, no one wants to watch us.
Go on the Facebook thing. Is it working? Because the Wi-Fi was weird.
I'm not sure. Maybe we're out of gigabytes.
What's happening? It went all dark now too. There we go. Are we online?
Yeah, we are. Look.
Oh, it says
No,
60.
it's working.
Why don't we see how many people here?
I don't know.
Well, I guess you have to watch it there.
You got a Mickey Mouse phone, didn't you? Where'd you buy that from? Toys R Us?
Well, we need the comments too, so this has to work somehow.
Yeah.
Why isn't it working?
I thought you'd set all this up, Chris.
I mean, I've done quite a few of these,
He
but...
sorted it out for Bootsy and Frenchie, didn't he?
Wait, what is this? Is that going to end it now?
Oh, no.
Okay, what is going on?
Well, you just lost 62 viewers.
No, I cancelled. Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Whatever, there was some bug in the
The
system.
lovely Cora Cox.
Oh, good. Somebody's alive out there.
Okay, good. So let's start at 100 viewers. So we'll
That's
just
good,
sit here and not say anything.
Until they're
Someone's
right.
calling you.
Shaky. You better tell him he's on.
Answer and tell him.
Answer to say Shaky.
We need 100 people.
Hello.
Tell him to ring his mate.
Hello.
We're live.
Oh, it's cut off.
I think he's just realised he was ringing you up to see when it started.
Maybe. So where did Elliot qualify now?
In the Nitro, we are
Six.
sixth, and e-buggy, we are fifth.
Fifth. Okay.
Yeah. Bit of a struggle, but
Yeah.
we're getting there.
I helped him qualify lower in Nitro there in one round.
Yeah, you helped him out a little bit there. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone
bit of an
helped him out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think
I'm not the only one?
I think basically we've picked up every problem that you could incur on a run.
Yeah.
Okay.
On most runs.
Mhm.
But I think just trying to, the track is really difficult.
Oh yeah.
It's huge, difficult.
What tires did you end up running then? What was the best?
It's crazy, but we actually found that the M4 was the better one.
Awesome.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just getting better.
Gracias.
Oh my god.
Gracias. See?
Oh, gracias.
This is why you come to the
JQ
Neo
bought
race.
these. Did he buy these? Or
Yeah.
did you
No,
buy
no,
them?
no.
Oh, cheers, bro.
These are in the
I
house.
invite you.
Oh, we still ain't got.
I
beer,
ordered them.
JQ.
I ordered them.
He's
but
ordered them.
He
Yeah, he
offered.
ain't paid for them.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Do you need anything
Gracias.
else?
Maybe in 30 minutes, another round.
No
I'll
more.
pay.
No more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have the
we don't
money.
Have more.
Cheers.
Bye bye, man.
Gracias.
yeah.
Okay,
No,
much
I think
better.
the track is it's difficult, and you know, with the way there's very low traction, and everyone I think is struggling with tyres, and we really are, you know,
Trying everything?
You know, trying everything, and it doesn't seem to be getting what we need. I mean, say the best run we had was on the M4, which is crazy. I mean, you know, at the moment it's like 20 degrees out there, and we're running an M4. But
Right.
we're worried because we don't think it will. It will last. We don't think it's going to last the final, so we're just sort of trying to figure out what we're going to do. And we've changed the car. Well, Mike's been working flat out
Yeah.
all weekend trying to get the thing feeling right. You know, we got it more or less there, but on that run we did the dash for cash. looking at the pace, was still nearly a second off the lap. So.
Right. What happened there? He flamed out for some reason?
Yeah, I leaned the engine so it would do over the 8 minutes.
Yeah.
In case we went a bit longer. And the idle
Idle
was a
was
bit
too
high,
low.
so I lowered it. And then by the time it had done the warm up, we'd gone to the line and the idle was dropping a little bit. So
Right.
couldn't adjust it then. It's my fault. So.
Hey, we can't even have 100 people watching these guys. Come on. We've got legends on here. Why don't you share and spam Captain Club Race? That always works every time. 93.
Oh,
We just need 7 more people.
Yeah, that's it.
A bit of spamming and we'll be there. I believe in you. Where's Sandro? Sandro, he's this is a traitor from Switzerland.
He's a traitor.
He used to run JQ, now he runs a Kyosho.
There's loads of comments anyway coming in.
Yeah.
They keep asking
Everyone's
me,
racing today.
They said
92.
I've lost some weight. What happened there then?
Have you lost weight?
Yeah, I must have done.
Why?
Yeah.
I have no idea. They keep saying I've lost weight. It's probably because I can't eat food here.
Oh, you can't eat the food here. 95 people, 5 more people. We are so set. 3 more. Just
Well,
to have
here
your
we go.
mum. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're there.
We're live
Okay.
now.
Good.
Sandro, see? Sandro's here and boom, immediately
there you
over
go.
100.
We've got to get more than 200 and something, haven't we?
That's-
Bootsy and Frenchie.
Yeah, let's
We've got to
see.
beat them.
Okay, Adam Lewis is here, good.
Oh, showtime.
Showtime's on. So why don't you introduce yourselves first? So, Mick or Michael?
Yeah,
Who the hell are
my
you?
friends call me Mick.
Oh yeah, so
So
I
you
have to
can
call
call
you
me
Mike.
Mike, and my mum calls me Michael and Michelle when she's angry.
Okay,
So
so
you can call me what I like. I've known you long enough. So I'm Michael Cradick, or Mike Cradick, or Mick.
and you used to race.
Yeah, I used to race a long time ago.
I remember you racing actually.
Yeah,
Nationals in,
Yeah.
in the UK.
yeah.
You're a champion or something, or how good were you?
I finished 98 was my best season. I finished second. I missed the championship by 1 point to Philip Boys.
Philip Boys.
Yeah.
Name of the past?
Not a lot of people remember him because he was like a young guy, good driver, had a decent car show, and done really well. Like you started with a car show, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
MP5.
That's
Actually.
what he had. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you always been Kyosho then?
Never driven anything else in the ape scale.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not very common. So how many years is that then?
I started in '88.
88. So before
Yeah.
most of these people watching were born. So you must have some good stories. We can get into those too.
We have a few, don't we, Chris, as well?
So what about you, Chris? Have you raced?
Yeah, I raced. Yeah,
This is Chris
yeah.
Boots,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Introduce
Yeah, sorry, I'm Chris Boots, Elliot's father, I think. And,
You think? You haven't had a...
No,
You haven't
no,
needed
he's
to
my son.
test?
Joking. No, I can't remember what year I started, but I started and I was always racing with Bob Ryan, Big Bad Bob. A lot of people know him. And then Elliot used to come along and sort of marshal. We used to use him for a marshal actually. It was quite good. So he used to wear his little boiler suit and his little Wellingtons. And we used to put him out there and say, "You can't move, just marshal for us at our local track," which was quite good.
Yeah.
And then he got into the racing side, which wasn't as good because he didn't have a marshal then. But yeah, and then obviously I was beating him, so I could always beat Elliot. And then
You
he
beat Yannick
Oh yeah.
beat Yannick once.
I beat Yannick.
Pendle.
Agon, yeah.
When
I
was
beat
that?
him, yeah.
at Pendle in
A national. No, that was at
2002.
Clouds Top. It was
Was
a
it
grass.
Clouds Top?
Clouds Top was a grass track.
That's
He'd never
it.
driven on grass.
Yeah.
And he was quite young. And yeah, and I beat Yannick. It was really good, and I often remind him of that,
Yeah.
which he quite
You
understands.
called him over and you were
Yeah, I called him over once. I said, "You understand? I did beat you, Yannick." And he said, "Yes, I know. Many people did that day because he wasn't very good that day."
No.
Yeah, and then obviously Elliot started beating me, which wasn't very good. So I used to say to him, "If you beat me today, you're going to bed early when you get home." So he
What
used
did
to,
we used to call him when he was a little kid? Satan's child, wasn't he?
yeah, something like that.
It was.
Yeah.
So how old was he when he started
He was
racing?
9.
9?
Yeah, he was 9. Yeah, so yeah, obviously it's been a good time for him, and you know he's done well and come up through the ranks and that, and obviously now with all the young drivers coming through, you know, there's a lot of competition now, and with Europe now, we've got some great drivers. All these young drivers, you know, we're pretty strong now, you know, compared to the Americans, I think. There doesn't seem to be that many youngsters coming through the ranks that I can see, but
What do you think that is? Why are there so many youngsters here in Europe now coming through the ranks but not in America? What's that? Reasons? What's your theories?
I don't really know, because obviously we're not over there so much, so I don't see it. Maybe there are, but you know, when we're talking about top drivers, you know, like the David Ongaros and obviously Canis and people like that, and I don't know what it is. We just seem to be breeding a lot of fast young drivers now, and I don't know what the reason for it is.
It seems strange.
It's not as though there's no tracks, but it just seems that way at the moment.
Yeah, it seems strange that there was a lot of youngsters in America maybe 15 years ago, and then the only one really now is I've seen is Rifkin.
Right.
That was the one that come along. It was a flash in the pan. Same with Jared when he come on. He was just like really young, and that was it. But in Europe, we were sort of struggling a lot against the Americans at the Worlds and stuff like that. And now we just seem to be all on it. And there are a lot of young drivers in England, in Europe. You know, you've got your guys, Max Moore,
right,
and
winning at
yeah,
BNC.
yeah, and they've got a lot of young drivers.
Okay. So let's see if we can get some questions for these guys here.
Right.
Is that Biggie playing? Yeah, we got good music here.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Phil is the DJ,
The
that's
music's
why.
been pretty good all weekend. I would say that, even though we're sat right next to the speaker.
Give us a shout out to the right girl at the bar. What? To that girl at the bar.
That's like Jack.
That's Jack
Emily.
Emily. Oh yeah.
Are those
is
girls
that-
like Baldo's girlfriends or something?
I don't know.
I think one of them is, but not that one.
No, not that one. How many
Not
have
that
you got
one.
They rotate.
then?
Ask about catching a transmitter with one hand. What's that?
That's Tiana, isn't it?
Chris,
Yeah.
you need
I
to
caught,
help the pit lane.
I caught Mark Pavidis' transmitter when he threw it down when he won the Worlds.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Jakarta.
Yeah.
It's when you kept waving the towel and annoying everyone like Richard Saxton.
Yeah. They told me to stop. The guy was like, "Why'd you stop?
Yeah,
That was cool."
yeah.
That was funny.
Degani, we got some stories about him.
Yeah, let's get into Degani.
Yeah,
Actually,
come on in.
the first time I think I met you was 2005 in Slough.
At Slough at the
Euro warm-up?
No, it was 2003.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
2003.
when Matthias with a Kyosho won the European
So
Championship.
I think it may have been the warm-up
Move
where
on, Chris, you're getting all the space. You are.
I've lost a bit of weight, so
I don't know.
Degani and Bill Hagen came over, right?
Yeah, I paid for them as well because I had some. When I went on a business trip, they delayed us, so they give us like $2,000 coupons, and I couldn't use them. I couldn't go or whatever. So I transferred them and paid for Degani to come over. He still owes me. And I said, get us some vans to Degani. And he brought me some vans over. Stayed at my father-in-law's house with what's his name, the big black guy.
Paul Coleman.
Paul Coleman.
He still owes me $200.
Does he?
Yeah. Paul Coleman, if you're watching this, pay up.
Yeah. He's a good guy, is Paul Coleman. Yeah, and he stayed at our house. And I said to Degani, get us some vans, bring them over and that with you. And he brought them over and he goes, yeah, that's $50 you owe me. What's going on here?
Degani's cheap.
Yeah, that's
He's a
normal.
good guy, but he's cheap. But that must have been another race, because the race I remember was I stayed with Degani and Hagen in some hotel.
Yeah, and then you went down a honey pot every night, didn't you?
I know nothing about
I don't know what
that.
the honey pot is, but it sounds good.
I was 19 years old.
Yeah, and you used to go on, and you're a typical gypsy in the back of a transit van.
Yeah, I was in the back.
Yeah, with no lights on. We used to.
There was no
lock you
lights.
in the back, didn't we? With all the stuff.
Yeah,
that
because it was,
give
I
you a
think,
lift into
only 3
Slough.
seats in the front, and they just threw me in the back. That's how I started my RC career. In the back of the transit van with no light.
You were no dick champion then, though, weren't you?
I was.
You kept
I was
telling us when we
no
met
dick
you.
champion.
When I first met you, it was in Germany. I think it was 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Euros.
And you kept telling me you drive a Kyosho and I'm really good and everything
I
like
never
that.
said that.
You did. You said, oh, I'm really
No
good.
dick champion.
And we kept saying, oh, that's the no dick champion over there. Bob Bryan was the first one to come out.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
He goes,
I remember.
Mick, he's a no dick champion for
Yeah.
about 200 people on the stand.
It was pretty funny.
So you're annoying then, weren't you? Really?
I was annoying then?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You started
I'm
out
annoying
mate.
now.
You did.
I think I was relatively mellow back then.
Just sort of. bordering them.
I was like, I wasn't in full bloom, you know. I was a bit shy. Now it's much better.
Anyway, what about
I see.
Degani?
So yeah, you had some Degani stories.
Yeah, Degani. You know, you were saying when he used to live with Chad.
Yeah. How he put the trophy by the TV, so Chad had to look at it every day.
Yeah, well, Chad had a really nice girlfriend at the time, or something like that, and one night he's...
Wait, if there are kids watching, I can already tell this is going to get bad.
We did say 18 plus first, didn't we?
I did, yes. So any kids, just please go to bed.
Yeah.
And snowflakes, no snowflakes allowed, because I think this story might go
a bit
pear-shaped.
Yeah. Well, apparently, so Chad told me, is Degani set a video up, a camera, in Chad's bedroom, and watched Chad and his girlfriend do it one night.
Chad told you this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, Chad told me.
So then it's true.
Yeah, it must be true. Yeah.
I'm going to ask Degani about this one.
Let's we need to just say about some of our favourite. I mean, me and Mick said we could write an actual book of all the things that we've experienced through our RC racing trips.
Well,
and
tell us a few. People seem to like that.
It's
one.
incredible. Yeah, I mean.
So wait, with that video, how did that come out? Like, did Degani tell him or like show him?
Yeah, or I think he spotted it.
Oh, he saw the camera?
Or he might have caught Degani watching it one night.
Oh,
with some tissues.
That.
But they both told, they were both in the same thing. I think it was in Uruguay. They told me the story. That's when they were living there, yeah. Because that's when they were living together. When
they were.
Degani got lucky and won it. No, he didn't. He won it.
I keep seeing Tony Sawyer's obviously online. Hi, Tone. Hi, Tony.
That's the old starter box, Tone.
Now, I was just going to say, one of my favourite stories, I suppose, is with Tony. When Tony used to get a bit upset if someone crashed into his son Reese, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But Tony used to go to the next extreme of it, because what happened was we went to I think it was the RC mag race in France, Brie. And I actually, and I remember Reese lining up on the track, and I actually said to Tony in the final, Reese was in, I think he was in first place on the grid, and second behind him was a French driver. I won't name who he is, but I did say to Tony, I guarantee.
Elliot was first.
Was Elliot?
Elliot was there.
Oh, I can't remember.
You run him out of fuel as well.
Oh, no.
That's why you can't remember.
Anyway, so you got Reese on the grid, and behind him was this French driver, and I said to Tony, I guarantee you, by the second or third corner, he will wipe Reese out. He goes, he better not. I thought, and now I thought, oh. And what happened? He wiped him out. So what did Tony do? He got a starter box, and he chased the car down the main straight with a starter box in his hand, trying to beat the car.
Really?
It was unbelievable. He wanted to go up and hit the bloke round the head with a starter box. And everyone was just standing in amazement. He was like a raging bull.
Degani's text, hey, Degani, contact someone else.
Yeah.
This is on my phone, so I can't read your text. Is he on your Facebook?
Yeah,
Degani?
maybe. Yeah.
Degani, send Cradick a Facebook message. He can read it. Or comment here.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of fun. There's lots of stories.
Someone asked for stories with Elliot.
Stories with Elliot?
Yeah.
What ones do you want to know?
Yeah.
Something funny, I guess, for these guys. Something they wouldn't know. Something they wouldn't know without watching this.
What do you think, Mick?
There's a lot in there.
Which one's X-rated or?
No, we can't do any X-rated ones now.
Just something RC related, maybe.
RC related.
Well, yes. I'm trying to think actually. I do remember once when we were going to race at Slough in the UK, and we were leaving our house, and we loaded the car up. It was an early start as normal, and off we went. And I remember getting to the Slough track, and I remember unloading all the stuff, and I actually said to Elliot, "Where's your car?" And he said, "I don't know." And I went, "Well, did you not bring it?" He went, "I'm not sure." We checked the car and he wasn't in the car, so luckily I phoned my neighbour, who said the car was still sitting on the outside the front door. And luckily it was still there.
Is that the neighbour that comes out every time you want to park your car by the garage?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah, every time he wants
So
to move his car.
we weren't racing that day, so we had to come home basically.
It was far?
And
60 mile.
European Championship, when we went to Cecile in 2015, we went through, packed up everything, all organised, went through security and that, and they checked the car, as they sometimes do, pulled my thing over and that, and he goes, Chris goes, where's the bodies?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't funny, was it?
Oh, didn't you put them in earlier?
Oh, that wasn't funny. And what did he have on his feet, Mick?
Yeah, flip-flops on, so we made him go outside, and you got your secretary.
Yeah. So the lady who works for me drove up to Gatwick.
Yeah, lucky she's only
Luckily,
45 minutes away, aren't you?
Yeah.
She got there with no traffic, handed it at the body shop. He had to run back through, and I could see him now running down to the terminal, the part of 18 at Gatwick Airport in flip-flops.
And we were ringing him up saying it's closing, closing, and it weren't really, was it?
No.
It was a big queue, wasn't it? We made him run. He had a bit of sweat on, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a real sweat.
Oh yeah, he had blisters and everything.
Oh yeah, he was
flip-flops.
a right mess, wasn't he?
I forgot my passport one time, but I actually made it back to my house and back to the airport in time. And once I forgot my wallet.
Didn't you get stuck through immigration?
When I went to America now,
Yeah.
last time,
Yeah,
I did.
I think a few people put a block on you for that, haven't they?
Yeah, maybe from Facebook or something. I don't know. They pulled me behind
Someone was asking
to the
about
back room there.
who was the best Euro driver, they think, so
What?
far.
What was that?
Somebody,
What,
I think
in
it
the
was
old
Keir,
days?
Keenan White was asking.
In the old days.
Who, in their opinion, has been the best Euro
European
8
driver.
driver to date? Like all time, I guess. Best European.
Best European, it's got to be Menezes. He won the
Menezes.
Worlds. He won the Worlds 2 times. I think it's the only person that's done it, isn't he?
Italian guy.
Italian guy, really good driver, and he had a young guy with him as well. I can't remember his name. He finished second in the Worlds in Phil probably know in Austria, 1994.
Catozzi? Or something?
No, when Catozzi was leading at the time, he got taken out. Yeah, Gennari. Yeah, he was a good young lad. He was like his protege. They were
Okay.
both them two.
What
were-
cars did they run?
They run Kyosho, funny.
Kyosho.
But no, the first one was a, I think it might have been a Chrono or a
Ask
Garbo.
what happened to JQ passport in the US.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's
What does
that?
Elliot say? Ask what happened.
Elliot? What do you mean?
And you got 2 passports, though.
I do. No, I don't. I have one. I actually,
Well, no, but you
I
got
have,
a Finnish one and
No,
another one.
I actually-
you,
no,
You
I only
showed me
have-
once when you were
I
drunk.
only have an English
Well,
one.
you only have an English one.
I'm only
Yeah,
English.
so you exclusive there. Joseph has 2 passports.
No, just one.
Don't
I
you
have
have a
2.
Finnish one? Or
No,
you
I
just have
don't.
a-
But I need to get one because of Brexit. What's going to happen there?
Brexit.
Well, you won't be able to race in Europe anymore.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we can't
You'll
travel
be-
as
no,
easily.
No, you're going
We-
to
we-
confine to Finland only. That's it.
if
done.
Chris
can't-
went down
if
the
we can't
lottery the
travel-
other day and asked if he could still do the Euros Millions, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did ask them. They said they're not sure yet.
Oh my God.
We had a
So-
bad, we had a comedian die, unfortunately.
Oh.
Great legend he was, Ken Dodd. So I don't know what Chris is going to do now because you were one of the Diddy men, weren't you?
So anyway, yeah.
I
So
don't know who he said. He don't know who he is.
I don't know.
God
I don't
bless
know the
Ken
guy.
Dodd. Anyway, rest in peace. So yeah, so you haven't got 2 passports, have you?
I had 2. The reason was my US visa was in the old one, so I had 2
Do you remember
passports.
where
taped
was
together.
we in Italy where they were breaking in the cars? Lenses.
Lenses track Monza.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because you were an RC gypsy proper then. You
Yeah.
befriended Lenzy and you'd done millions of laps around that track. And
Yeah, I did.
You nearly TQ'd, didn't you?
I
With a
I
Nova
missed the
RC
TQ by a point, I think.
Yeah, see?
And you know why? Because I was running a Pico actually,
Oh.
but my carb stuck
Oh.
in one. Like it just stuck. I was doing. I TQ'd 2 rounds.
Yeah.
3rd round it stuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, my servo broke. No,
I
it
thought
didn't.
you were driving
It stuck.
faster when the throttle stuck open, mate.
No.
I thought you were a lot faster.
It stuck at very low throttle. So yeah, I lost that
And then-
round. Then the next
remember
round,
the
new
cars?
carb, it was tuned wrong. And then the last round, I needed a result, and I finished 4th. Crashed on the last lap, last jump.
Yeah, I met your sister there. She looks like you, but with longer hair. And just as tall.
That's a bad thing, isn't it? If she looks
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
She has a kid now too.
Oh, does she? Oh,
Yeah.
God bless her.
Girl,
That's good.
little girl.
What's that someone saying about?
What do you think about South America?
Oh,
Something.
let's have a look at that one. What do you think about South America? We don't have many
Any
world
world-class drivers.
Oh,
So,
right.
any advice for South Americans? How can they get world-class drivers?
Practice.
But there are none, they say. So, what should they do different?
Where's
Like,
South
are they-
America? Is that
Are they not?
Argentina?
Yeah. Are they not practicing enough? Are they not practicing enough?
Yeah,
or what?
I think so. I think they've got the tracks there.
Maybe they haven't got the
Argentina
track.
had the track.
They have the weather.
We had.
Is that track still there?
We had Uruguay, and I'm sure there's a load of racing in Brazil. There's a young girl that races for Mugen in Brazil. She's quite good.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
think
they just need to.
it's just
maybe
practice,
Well,
really.
you
But
know what I've noticed? This is my theory, and partly it's the reason I think for the Americans also not producing as many good youngsters as here. But definitely for Asia and South America, this applies. Too many fanboys, not enough champions. I think it's an attitude.
Yeah.
Like they're like fans of these guys. Oh, Mayfield boots. Like, yeah, you can be fans, but you have to be like, I'm gonna beat that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be
Well,
your
that's what-
attitude. So
that's
figure
what I've
out
noticed.
what you can do to your car. Don't like what do you do? Ask
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Figure it out for yourself. Do something different. Do what suits you,
Yeah.
and then beat them.
And
That's what Europeans do. I
What you
feel.
notice with all the good drivers, they don't really give a shit about how good the drivers are that they race against.
Yeah.
If they're going to race them, they race them, and they don't let them by. They don't give them any
Room.
courtesy
Yeah.
at all, and that's
Yeah.
how you got to be. If you want to be good,
So it's like in the pits and
No
working on
respect.
your car.
Yeah.
It's champion, not fanboy.
That's
Also
it.
on the track.
Yeah.
Race them hard. You know.
that's
Just
it. Yeah.
you know.
Make
Don't let
work
them
hard.
buy. Don't make
Yeah,
it
make
easy
them
for
work
them.
hard.
You know.
Yeah.
They're asking. Someone was asking about when Elliot's getting married. I've no idea.
Has he got a girlfriend then?
I think so.
Has he?
Yeah.
I think it's Italian girlfriend maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it?
I don't know how he got that job at Reds. How did he get that job at Reds?
I don't know. No idea.
How did he get that
It's
job?
weird, though.
You
It's-
know Marco, didn't you?
But the thing is, it's so weird. Like, why would they just hire some random English guy?
yeah,
I know.
Can't work
Right?
it out.
Yeah,
Doesn't even
Crazy,
speak
yeah.
Italian.
exactly. I think he's trying to teach them English actually.
He is.
Yeah, it's easier,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
know. It was weird.
Yeah.
Degani wrote that he was a Richard Saxton fanboy back in the day.
Did you ask Degani if that video was true?
So, yeah, Degani, was that video true that you
sure it
did
is.
to Chad? Just comment over there if you
Yeah.
can.
So, Joe, what do you think about all the sponsorship that's going on again at the moment with all the drivers that are sort of
You mean sponsorship as in a discount?
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
more
So like
direct,
contracted drivers.
Yeah.
direct- contracted or direct from the distributor where they're cutting out the shops.
I think it's actually a big problem. It's a problem because the manufacturers are selling direct, which means that the shops suffer. And when the shops suffer, that means that there will be less tracks. And the reason for that is that many times a shop is associated with a track. Okay, so if the shop suffers, the track will go away. Or new people who come in the hobby, they need a shop most of the time. Even me, when I started, I needed the shop to get some help with my car, like tuning the nitro engine and learning about the things. I needed a hobby shop to do
Yeah,
that.
you
If
do.
I didn't have the hobby shop,
Yeah.
I don't think even I would have started the hobby. Maybe I started and it would have just faded away because I needed that local support. So it's a problem because of those things. But the reason it came about, I think, is because there are too many brands. So back in the day, there was what? Kyosho, Mugen, who else? There was some like European brands, Chrono,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chrono,
very few though, wasn't there?
Garbo,
Garbo,
what was the other one?
Yankee.
Yankee, yeah.
But maybe 5. Let's say
Yeah.
there were 5 brands.
Ventura.
And that, as for the amount of drivers, probably the same as now.
Yeah.
Same as now, approximately. So those brands had a bigger piece of the pie, and no one felt the need to sponsor everyone or give discounts to everyone. Everyone was just happy, like, okay, we have a factory team, and then we sell all the rest through hobby shops.
Yeah.
Well, then, because of the manufacturing in Taiwan and China, any village idiot, like me, I made my own car. So suddenly there were many brands. Big distributors decided we're going to make our own car instead of selling what's available. And then now there's like 25 brands. So 20 of those brands can't sell enough cars.
Yeah.
So then they have to do something to sell cars. So they start selling direct and they
Yeah.
start selling with a
Yeah.
discount.
Correct.
And then now at this point, it's in a situation where I think it's not sustainable.
No.
So we
About
can
2 years sustainable.
we're
that's
like
it.
the manufacturers or the brands are actually killing the hobby in that sense.
Yeah.
That because everyone is selling direct, there'll be less hobby shops, less tracks, and less new people coming into the hobby.
Exactly.
And that's a big problem. And I think over the next 2-3 years, we'll see many of the brands go away because it's just not financially sustainable.
Yeah, you need
and maybe then it will go back to how it used to be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's actually one thing which I liked before, which was that you were just a privateer first. Like you had to buy everything. Maybe that local shop knew you and they gave you a 10% discount or whatever. But that's how it worked. And then if you got sponsored by someone, it was because you achieved something. It was like prestige.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, I'm sponsored by this company now. And then if you got everything free and you were a factory driver, it was really special. But I feel like it's not that special anymore because now if you can even get free stuff and not make the big mains or podium on. And I think in the past that was different, right?
I mean, we see now that some drivers that we see that win a half a club race, and then they go and get a sort of like factory drive and all the free stuff or direct deals and things. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, as you said, they've got.
When Elliot won his first national, he was sponsored through Models in Motion.
Yeah, we started in the shop for years. You know, we was backed by Stuart at Models in Motion.
And then Kyosho.
Yeah. Before we even got a drive, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, I think now it's too easy.
Elliot won about 5 nationals.
But I think it's like what you're saying, you know, because there's so much product now that they want to give it away just to show that someone's using it.
Yeah, that's the problem, and I don't really have a good solution for that because I mean, I'm part of the problem in the way because the way I can sell cars is basically people contact me and they want a car. If I don't give them a deal, then they'll just go to someone else.
Yeah.
So what I've done is, okay, I've been, you know, building a brand, creating a brand, helping a lot of people, and a lot of my customers are actually customers who would buy the car regardless.
Yep.
Like they choose to drive JQ because they are aligned with the brand. They care about the brand, and that's why they do it. Just like people run a Kyosho because they like Kyosho, you know. So many of the other brands, they just buy it because of the price, and that's the problem. So
if you give a free car away to someone as a good driver, how many cars would you have to sell to make that free car pay for itself?
Pay for it? Well, okay,
50?
so
50
well, not
units?
that many. But the problem is if you give a free car to someone, it's always some parts and
just
As a
to
package.
replace that kit. How many cars have you got to sell? This is what people don't realise.
at retail.
Well, whatever your cost.
Well, normal, my
cost.
average selling price, I would probably, let's say I gave someone a car now for free. He needs to at least get 3 or 4 cars sold that wouldn't, to people who wouldn't otherwise get them.
Yeah.
And that's also hard sometimes because, you know, without someone, you would sell the cars anyway.
I reckon to get your money back properly, you got to sell 50 cars to get the money you've invested in giving one car away with all of the backup and the time that you give as well.
Yeah.
I think it's about
Well,
50
not just
cars.
one car, but like I don't really give away free cars that much. But to the
We're
people,
struggling with a beer here, aren't we?
yeah, we need to get more.
Yeah.
The people who get free cars also get other stuff for free.
Yeah.
You know, so all the cars in space, like let's say one factory driver. For one factory driver, you need to sell a lot of cars to cover that cost.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
then in that case, it's
got
about
any more
50
stories
for sure.
then, Chris?
Well, I suppose, we got some quite.
What
a lot
about your Adam Drake wing?
No,
Message Elliot for more beers.
Yeah.
What about Adam Drake?
No, it's all right.
No, Chris had you got Adam Drake wing, didn't you?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
He
Still got it.
He got really excited about that wing.
Yeah.
I've got a really good video.
No, it's okay.
For his 60th birthday.
What was that? Oh, I remember this wing story.
Yeah.
What was this? Why did he get the wing?
I can't show it. I can't.
Okay, you
say
can't
a
show
lot
it,
until his 60th birthday, and then I've got a load of videos of Chris when he's been drunk.
You're gonna
He
put
doesn't
them
get
online?
drunk that often, do you, Chris?
No. I'm very good.
But what was the wing story? Like, why his wing?
Because he collects. He's a fanatic. He collects. He's got.
I've got quite
how
a
many
big
wings
collection.
He must have loads.
20 odd wings, I suppose. With different people. I haven't got one of yours, mind you.
No, you don't. Why not? I'm offended.
I need you to give me one then.
Okay.
And sign it.
Oh, and sign it.
Yeah, you've got to sign it.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got a big collection of bits and pieces and old cars and stuff. We've got a lot of Elliot's old cars.
What about when you used to race touring cars, Chris? You raced a touring car once, didn't you?
Oh yeah. With Bob Ryan, that was.
Yeah, that was with Bob Ryan, and you.
Yeah, we had
You used
club race me.
He had all the gear, typical Chris. He has all the gear, and you got all the graphite suspension. And
oh, it was lovely. I had a Tamiya touring car, 110 touring car. It was
you
beautiful.
Just glanced off the wall.
It was a bit of a shelf queen which I took down. I actually had an old one which I lent to Bob Ryan at the day, and we went to the Carpet Wars on road indoor track, and I do remember driving it around, and someone shouted up to me in one of the heats that they said, Chris, your car's broken. And I said, no, it's all right, I'm driving it, but I was actually driving Bob's car. But my car was in a million bits at the end of the straight.
You're looking at the wrong car.
I was watching the wrong car. It was quite entertaining, really. Everyone loved it because it was big. My Tamiya, my lovely Tamiya, was in about a million pieces, so I just got a dustpan and brush and scooped it up. Put it back in the box.
You used to have them graphite wishbones, and you used to go, oh, I just glanced off the curb.
And I just kissed it.
Like all the wheels were hanging off one side.
Yeah, that was fun.
Keenan said, ask Cradick about Doug before the Garni freaks out and goes in savage mode. Doug what? Doug Bow?
Doug. That's Michelle's dad. One-eyed Doug. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Courts, when we were at the Car Show Masters, Courts didn't believe me that Doug had a glass eye.
Yeah.
And one day he was shopping and he rubbed his eye and it fell out and it broke in half. And he went underneath the counter and his wife just left him and just walked off, and he's on all fours looking for the eye. And so Courts, he went to sleep in the van while we were still drinking, waiting for us to come back after the barbecue and everything like that. And Courts just went up with a lighter and lit up and he goes, oh my God, he does sleep with one eye open. So yeah, that's Doug. Yeah.
Doug.
That's when Degani had a septic toe. He was called Toe then, wasn't he?
Yeah? Did you ever see it?
Oh yeah, it was horrible. It was. I could smell it before I see it.
Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus, wet. God, it's terrible. What's that?
Ask Chris about his motocross injury.
Oh yeah, he used to do motocross.
Yeah.
And who's your idol, Chris?
Dave Thorpe.
Dave Thorpe. He loves Dave Thorpe. Whenever he gets drunk, we get a whole YouTube videos of Dave Thorpe on. Oh, look at him, Mick. Look at him.
Do you know Dave Thorpe?
I don't know. I know who it is.
You know.
I've got him a shirt.
Best all-time motocross rider.
From my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You know, he signed it.
Yeah.
Was it a Jura shirt he signed?
Do you know Jamie Dobb?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, his dad used to be a pig farmer. I used to race with him in the 125.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good rider.
World
No,
champion.
so
Yeah, Chris was. That's how you got your limp in it, Chris.
I think it was something to do with it.
He was riding round flat out on this. Was it a 500?
Something. No, Suzuki.
A Suzuki 500. He was flat out round. Was it Canada Rights?
Something like that, yeah.
And someone put a pit board out saying your decal's coming off.
I lost one of my stickers.
And it was coming off the side and it was flapping about a bit, and he was worried about it, so he was trying to stick it back down, and he crashed, didn't you?
Yeah.
No.
And that was
Is
it.
that true?
Yeah, that was the end of his career.
No, I just had when I was doing motocross years ago, I just fell off the hurt of the left side, and I think that's what my injury is.
I think he was putting the bike on the stand. When
Yeah.
he had the injury.
Dislocated your hip.
Yeah.
So you had a big crash or what?
I hurt my leg.
You hurt your leg in the crash?
I didn't break it, but
You got up to about 5 miles an hour, didn't you?
no, yeah,
I'm
something
back.
like- yeah, I'm back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
It's a motocross. Someone was asking about headsets too, because you're using the headset.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, they're good. I find that in the pit lane it's really relaxed, a lot more chilled out. You can just talk. You don't have to worry about standing underneath the driver. You can stand where you want.
Yeah.
In some clubs or some associations, they say you have to stand on your number and pit, but the driver can pick where he wants to on the driver's stand on his position.
Yeah.
So it's easier to communicate. I can warn Elliot if there's like a marshal or something like that in the way, or someone's crashed. It just saves a lot.
It is good. They are good.
It is
I think
good.
they're brilliant.
It is. I think it's good, and it brings the sport into sort of like, you know, sort of Formula 1 era and stuff like that, and you could see the spectators today saying about, you know, seeing the headphones and everything.
I think it's a bit of a safety issue as well, because I mean, you know, like today, Elliot had a moment with they were coming off the back jumps, and there was a car upside down, and the marshal was on the track, and I could hear Mick say to Elliot, "Look, be careful, there's a marshal on the track." So I think it's a good safety thing as well.
Yeah.
You can't do normal.
When he was coming up that hill there, I warned him about this green car was sort of like swerving all over the place. I said, "Be careful," and he went, "Oh my God, he's just smashed into the side of me."
Why don't you talk about this green car, and I'm going to get us some beers.
Oh yeah.
But Hans is asking if you remember that Indoor Holland race.
Oh yeah.
Uden Indoor.
Yeah, Uden.
Oh,
brilliant.
You have some
was
good
an
stories
annual
from
Yeah,
there.
Uden was funny.
Yeah, that's a classic race.
Tell them a story about the Indoor Holland race, and
Yeah.
I'll go get us some beers.
We went with Richmond that time.
Yeah, Richmond. Yeah,
Your,
he's ex-brother-in-law.
ex-brother-in-law.
Yeah, that was a really good race
good
meeting.
fun.
An annual event, wasn't it?
I thought you were never going to get a beer in, did you?
Well, I'm glad we did.
Jesus, he's got
Standing
€5 out. What's he getting with that couple? So yeah, we went to Uden. They used to have it was like an equestrian centre, and it used to just get rutted and rutted and rutted.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you didn't get your first run in, they didn't do round by round then.
No, it was funny. Tony's just said about Richmond's transponder. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah. We were there once, and you used to put in the handout transponders. So you put them in before the race, wouldn't you, Chris?
Well.
And we were at the race in Uden, and Richmond's really going round well and everything like
Well, in
that.
fact, he was TQing the round.
He was TQing.
Yeah, he was TQing the round.
And everything. He was
And
in front. Guy
one,
come up to you.
yeah, one of the guys come up to me and said,
Transponder.
"Is this your transponder?" And I went, "Oh, I think it is actually." So I put it in my pocket. So when Richmond come in, and I said that
It was a good round, wasn't it?
it was a good round. I think he TQ'd it,
Yeah.
and I didn't say anything to Richmond. But I said, "Your transponder's not working." He was like, "Oh, you're joking! I can't believe it, really." I said, "Yeah, let me go and see them." So I went into the timekeeper's office and just said, threw the transponder on the table,
And told him it
and
wasn't
told them it
working
weren't working properly. So
Yeah, you
luckily
got
they
away
run the heat again, which was quite amazing. But it wasn't until about a month or two after that I actually told Richmond what happened. But at the time, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, we used to have a drink in the bar. Doug used to fall asleep by the fire,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
He used to just go in there, have a sleep with one eye open, and that was it.
Yeah, so it was all good fun. It was good fun. It really was. But
What about on the way home from? We went to Silver Pens, which is Yannick and Jerome's local track, isn't it? With Alex Thule, I think he runs it. And on the way back, you were going to stay overnight, weren't you? And then you decided to drive. Tony said, "No, we're driving home that night. We ain't staying," because you went in that one. It looked like 40 Towers, didn't it? Or
That's
something
it,
like that.
yeah.
It had all like deer's heads on the roof and everything like that. Anyway, Tony didn't bother stopping at the stoplight, and the police pulled him over.
yeah,
And what was it? How much did they want? 100
100
euros or something
euros,
like that.
yeah.
And they went, "No, I ain't got it." Chris said he ain't got no money on him. Surprise, no cash. So Tony got arrested, and they had to drive off, and they left you, Elliot, and Reece Sawyer, didn't they,
Yeah.
in the car?
yeah,
So they went back. The police come back after Tony had gone to a cash point and given 100 euros or whatever it is. So they were going flat out everywhere through speed cameras, everything.
Yeah.
You said your eyes were like flashing, like that. Everything was flashing. There must have been 5 speed cameras they
Yeah.
went through. When Chris gave his passport in, like 50 euros fell out of it. So you did have some money,
Yeah.
didn't you? You were saving it for the ferry. Oh, cheers. Did you buy them, John?
I did.
Jeez. Cheers, everyone.
JQ Racing Budget.
Hello, Michelle. Hello, Tiana. Hello, Taro.
cheers,
Vincent. How you doing, mate?
Cheers.
cheers.
Hopefully me and Elliot are
Cheers.
not in the same semi-final.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
cheers to that.
So tomorrow is another day with
You
this
talk.
track.
I've got to go
So,
for a wee.
Mick's leaving the room.
You can talk about it now.
Yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be an interesting day in the finals. I think the track's going to be really hard to drive. It's going to be a good final. It's going to be an hour. And tyres are going to be a key to all this race tomorrow. It really is.
Well,
So,
what tyres are you going to go out on? You know, or you're going to try something in the practice?
I'm not really sure what we're going to do. We're going to do the warm-up, and obviously we've got a couple of runs in electric, and we've just got to try and get a little bit more speed out of the car.
Yeah.
Get the tyres working how we want them working. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest meets we've done for a long time, I would say. Yeah, it's not easy.
And probably it's going to stay the same tomorrow because today the weather got warm, but the track stayed the same. So
Yeah.
it's unlikely that the grip will go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like on skates out there. Regardless of what tyres you pick, it's just...
We've tried a lot of different tyres, and as I say, an M4 compound is the best we found, but they're not going to go the full distance.
Right.
I don't think. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. We're going to need a harder compound.
An hour final, yeah, it's going to be very interesting racing.
Yeah. Taro is asking, does Nick Blackwell have a chance?
I think Nick Blackwell's got a big chance.
He's here? Nick Blackwell?
Yeah, apparently.
What's he racing?
He's racing S-Works with Jack. And hopefully he'll beat Jack anyway, so...
Emily?
Yeah, he'll beat Jack, no problem.
Anyway, Nick is back, and I have that question. Anonymous source.
I had to drain the main
Anonymous source was telling me about some time where you really had to go, and you had to jump some fence.
Oh. Was
What
that
was
number
that?
1 or number 2?
Number 2, over a fence.
Oh, that was in Montpellier.
Okay.
I've been drinking with Chris for a change.
Yeah.
I was staying in a different hotel, Campanile.
Mm-hmm.
And halfway along, I thought, I really need a poo.
Yeah.
So
Oh, God,
I walked past that train at the roundabout, you know, that Montpellier one. It's a
Okay.
big old train. I thought, oh, I've got to go. So I walked past through, and the gate was locked. You know, where they let the cars in.
Mm.
So I had to try and squeeze through this fence. As I squeezed through this fence, I had an accident. So,
You shit your pants?
yeah, I shit my pants, and I got to the hotel, and I had to throw my pants in the bin. They were a write-off, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were, you didn't see it.
Well, I didn't see him, but you described how they
It
looked.
was
But
bad.
you've had a similar kind of situation in some services?
Oh yeah.
Someone tells me?
Who told you
What?
that? That was on your wedding speech as well, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
that one.
What was that about?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. It wasn't great.
You slipped over in it, didn't you?
Well,
Is this one of those drunk stories or what?
no.
You weren't even drunk.
No, I was coming
He
home.
went past one of the services. Thought, oh no, I can hang on.
No, I'd been to a works conference, and it gets a bit, heavy drinking in the evening, and the next morning it's up and breakfast and everything, and I was heading home from Southampton, in the UK, and I sort of was on the M4, and I was sort of like feeling a bit sort of, oh dear, a bit queasy about the service and thing. I need to get to the services. But then as I was approaching the services, I sort of felt a lot better. I thought, oh, actually, this is all right. Actually, I feel all right. I think I'll make it home with no problem. But as I passed the services, it's sort of like, oh, damn. I think I should have gone to the services. But anyway, so now the sort of your brain does overtime, doesn't it? And it's like, oh my God, I think I'm in trouble here. So I had to go off the motorway, and I went off. I think it was to Windsor, Epsom Way or something like that. But it's like everything. I started to come off the motorway and drive off, trying to find a garage or something, and I couldn't find anything. And now I'm freaking out because it's getting worse. You know?
Yeah.
So I really could not find anything, and I ended up wherever I ended up, and I actually found a garage, and I had to sit in the car for a couple of minutes just to sort of get myself in that, right, I've got to get to that toilet, and please don't let anyone be in there. So I sort of hobbled to the toilet. Luckily there was no one in there, but oh my God, all hell let loose.
Did you slip over in it though?
No, I didn't slip over.
You sure?
No.
What did you...
Jamie Boo was a funny one. We went to France, and he goes, we got to the airport, we were trying to drop the hire car off. You know where you're trying to look for where the hire car is. And Jamie goes, Mick, let me out, let me out. And at this roundabout, he had like a load of bushes and everything. So he's gone in there, he's pulled his trousers down, just about to squat down, and there's some tramp lifting looking at him. And he goes, oh no, he had to come back out and that. I think he might have had a few skid marks as well by the time he got to the ring, but that was hilarious.
There was a tramp living in the roundabout?
Yeah, it was in the middle of the roundabout. He goes, I went in there and I was just squatting down, you know, ready to go. I don't know how he could stop himself.
I don't know.
I did poo myself as well in France. We
this is like a normal occurrence.
I think it happens at racing a lot. Because it was in Every, 1991. We went over in the old camper van. We drove over, and we had a load of food left. It was like a heat wave as well. The fridge was like heating the stuff up rather than keeping it cold. Okay. So we cooked everything. It was with Stuart Wilcox, and Michelle was there and everyone else. And my mate Derek Briggs, he used to go there as well. Someone moved him off the campsite, so I think he had a poo around where their campsite was as well. So that wasn't very nice, but it was funny. And anyway, we had all this curry left, sausages, eggs, everything. So we just made this massive concoction on the barbecue and that, as you do. Next day, it was a bit serious, and we couldn't use. We couldn't use the toilets. You know, the French have that.
A hole in
the ground.
Yeah.
And it used to have like a kickstart on it to flush it.
Right.
And we went in these showers, it was like school showers we were using at this campsite. It was like on a school playing ground or something like that. Anyway, Stuart goes, what's this lever do? And he pushed it and it had a bit of a backfire. And this big lump of shit landed on his bare foot after the shower. So we were going... We went across this field. You had to walk across this field and then go up a little bit of a hill. So anyway, I was dying again. I had to go. So I've got across the field. Just as I've lifted my leg up to go up the hill, and that was it. I had to leave my pants there as well. So I think I've got some. I'll keep leaving my pants in France, don't I?
Yeah, don't go racing in France.
Yeah, don't go racing in France.
So what's going on there?
Keenan was asking that craziest on-track incident you've seen. Obviously, you've been racing for a long time.
Yeah.
Or at the races. So what's just the most insane thing you've seen on track?
The most insane thing I think I see...
Just like great performance or marshalling or anything.
The one I found the most, which I've had it happen to me once before. Funny, it was at Harper Adams before it used to be the Neo race.
Yeah.
Where there was 3 cars had a crash. And I thought I was driving my car, and it wasn't my car.
Okay,
it's
so you kind
weirdest,
of frisked it.
It's the weirdest feeling. Yeah. But the one I see was in America. One of the top Japanese guys.
Kenji Osaka.
Yeah,
at the World.
Remember? Yeah, and the guy was holding his car up, and he was saying, "Like, what are you doing?" And he was driving around watching someone else's car, and then I see him look down the straight, and he went, "That's not my car."
And he's a world champion.
Yeah, and he's a world champion on road, and like that was the.
I saw that.
That come to mind straight away.
I remember 2006 Indonesia. Gilles Vray from France, I think it was. Yeah. I want to say it's him.
He was world
in the
champion
main
as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. In the main, his car flew off the track in the back corner. They had this berm.
Yeah.
It flew over the fence.
Yeah. Pavidis went over there as well. Pavidis in the main as well.
Oh, yeah?
Went over there as well.
But he went like over the fence into the street.
Oh,
and some guy just walking in the street picked up his car and gave it to the marshal. And then go back, and where did he finish? Like 3rd in the main?
Yeah.
That was just crazy. I remember seeing that. I'm like, oh, he's done. Yeah. His car is laying in the street. So, yeah.
Reece Sawyer says, Doug Bone at Indoor Holland. What happened there? I can't remember.
I don't know which. He's been to so many. What happened then, Reece? Tell us.
Sup your...
He used to be. He used to always be asleep in that fire.
No.
How's he doing now then?
Oh yeah, Doug. Yeah, Doug, he sprayed this body silver.
Oh.
He sprayed it bright silver, you know, like chrome. We were getting our eye off it, weren't we, from the lights.
Kept flashing everyone.
And then he shouts down, I was pitting for him, and he shouts down to me and he goes, Mick, do you know where my car is? He was like flat out up in the corner somewhere like that, and he was watching someone else's car as well.
Yeah. Even though it was chrome?
Yeah, he said, I sprayed it chrome, so it was easy. And then one time, the shock mount was completely bent over. It was nearly touching the engine on the back. And he said, Mick, these tyres ain't right. I don't know how it worked.
If you took a buggy of 20 years ago and a current buggy, how much faster would the lap times be with the same engine and tires, etc.? I guess he means slower.
Yeah.
So what do you think? These buggies we have now compared to the old ones, what's the difference?
Well, the diffs are massive. The engines maybe had about 1.5 brake horsepower, 2 horsepower. If you didn't have a cut, you'd probably win in a half-hour main then.
Right.
You're guaranteed at a British Championship anyway.
It would be more survival.
You'd have 2 cuts and you could still win.
Right.
Now, if you have 1 flame out now, you ain't even got a chance.
Yeah.
Right.
Pace is amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think about the level? Like not just the equipment, but the drivers. Is the level that the drivers are at higher now and spread out more than before?
Well, I think it's the same, the level, but I think the attention to detail now and what everyone preps and the way they do their tyres, everything. So much on. It's always been tyres, but before you could. We'd go to Euros and we'd use a couple of sets of tyres, the ones that were working, and we would use them all the time. Everyone's going out with brand new tyres each run, you know.
Yeah.
And different inserts, you know.
Yeah, it's on a different level.
Yeah, it's just a different level, but the way the old days were was everyone felt they were on the same level anyway, didn't they? You know, you can only race against the people you're with.
This is what I say with Elliot, like what you need to do when you practice or whatever, we need to be practicing with the fast guys. There's no point in going practicing just, you know, with no disrespect to stuff, because you then, you know, you get into that rhythm when you're going, as you start to push and go as quick as them, because the thing is now,
it's like playing tennis, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not playing with someone good, you're not going to get any better.
Luckily, you know, we race with most of the time with the guys like Dale Ongaro and all the youngsters coming through the ranks. So you need to be racing with those guys.
Yeah.
You need to try and practice with them or race with them, because that's the only way you're going to get faster. You know, and that's probably why David Ronifalk's now moved to Spain, because he needs to be racing, as he said, on the tracks that everyone else is racing, because where you are in Sweden, obviously you can't race anywhere.
The weather's got bad since he's come over here, hasn't it?
Yeah, he brought the Swedish weather with him.
The old Swedish Swan.
Brought the weather with him.
He brings the weather everywhere he goes. It rains, doesn't it?
He brought some rain this week, didn't he?
There was a drought in the Sahara, and he topped up at a meeting, and it started raining. It was snowing as well.
Incredible.
Yeah, so that level has definitely gone up. You know, it's
the professionalism in a way.
Yeah,
yeah, he's more professional. But what we found though, we seem to go to the hotel, work on our cars, and then go out as well. Now we seem to work on our cars here, and then we go out and we're to bed.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But before, I don't know how we did it. We sort of took all that kit home, went to the hotel, used the hotel towel, rinsed that out.
I think, to be honest, I think the young guys could do that and would still be just as fast.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like a mentality thing. Like, oh no, I have to be professional, I have to take it seriously. I'm not a pro driver, I can't do that. But in the past,
we used to have our best results when we got hammered the night before, and we woke up and we were more worried about the way we were.
Yeah, I remember the Worlds in Sweden, 2004. Courts got so drunk that the next day he was just lying in bed like hungover. And then I remember the Japanese Kyosho lads were like, is he going to be okay for the main? And everyone was like, yeah, he'll be okay. And then what, he finished second or third?
I think he was third.
And what happened? Something happened. He could have won.
Yeah, Stone. I think he had a
flamed
out. He had the same as
and finished on the podium.
Yeah, poor old Miguel as well had a flame out. Stone. It was always Stones there, wasn't it? Through a land. Yeah.
So we had the same question for Elliot and Savoya about 8-scale racing right now, because all our races are single events. So we have DNC, we have Silver State, we have Neo race, but it's just like one big race after another, and they don't really mean anything as a series. So what if we had a series, and instead of crowning a world champion every 2 years, it would be more like, let's say we have 5 races a year, all different conditions, countries, high traction, low traction, bumpy, smooth, Euro style, American style, home advantage, different guys' home advantage.
Yeah.
And then after that series, you crown a champion.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea of a series?
Yeah, I think that's
It's a
good.
brilliant idea.
Because, all right, if you put a proper World Championship series, it'd be expensive for everyone. But everyone goes. Anyone who wants to really race and be competitive wants to go to these events like the Neo, like the Buggyland race. You know, the Philippine Masters. I think that I've been watching a lot of that, the Philippine Masters and.
But you're not going, right? Elliot said he's not
No,
going.
we don't get invited yet. We're waiting for an invite. How did you get an invite?
Boom, I'm going.
Yeah. Did you get an invite then?
I did.
Who invited you?
Because I asked, I'm like, where the fuck's my invite? And then they invited me.
We've never been invited yet.
No, they
But,
should.
you know, we can go to all of these events. So if you allocated,
Yeah, you could.
some people don't like that top 25, do they? But you liked it when Elliot was number one. You
Yeah,
don't
but there
like
needs
it
to be
otherwise.
No, I don't like anything on that.
to be honest, the top 25, okay, the idea is good to
Well,
have
it's
some
something
sort of
we've got. We haven't
Yeah.
got anything else.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the right
I
way
didn't-
because
No.
I think a series where you actually count points,
exactly.
just like Formula One
Yeah,
or
yeah,
motocross.
exactly.
You've got to have a
MXGP
series.
Yeah.
or MotoGP.
And I don't think
That's
you should
the
have any
idea.
throwouts either.
No,
I think it should
I
be
agree.
each event and that's it.
They don't have. Imagine they had throwouts
Yeah,
in
they
Formula
don't,
One.
yeah, they don't have throwouts in Formula One, do they?
No, your engine blows up. That's it. You
Only
just
if-
lost your points. You
Only
have
if
to make them up.
Ferrari are not losing, they might have.
No,
That's what FIA stands for.
Ferrari International Assistance.
Assistance.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
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 But no, I mean, yeah, definitely, 100%. We need that. Would be
Yeah.
amazing to have like these events, to have these as a world championship status, and come the end of it, you crown your world champion after all those events.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
100%.
great.
You can't do it on one race meeting. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. It's
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but,
every
you know,
2 years.
There's too much luck involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Because-
sport is all about luck.
Look at those years when Yannick was the man in it.
Unluckiest man never to win a world
He never won,
championship.
but imagine we had a series. I would say that he would have won.
Yeah.
Guaranteed 1 year he would have won a world championship if it was a series.
Yeah.
Yes, he got DQ'd in Sweden because
Yeah.
of the fuel tank.
Yeah.
Yes, he flamed out Indonesia
Yeah.
a lap ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
The marshal flamed his car up. He was the man back then. He could have won a series, I think.
Yeah.
So
No.
it takes a lot of the luck out of that
Oh, yeah,
equation, I think.
100%,
And
yeah.
you really have to be the best to be able to maintain over a whole year, over 5 different races, different conditions.
No, I think it would be amazing if that could happen. If the
Yeah.
manufacturers could all get together and decide that's what they're going to do,
Yeah,
it would be very, very good. Would be very good.
I agree.
Is that your international team manager?
Liam Gow, yeah, who had to
Oh.
work this week.
Is he working?
Yeah, he said, I can't go to Neo because I have to work, he said. I'm like, okay,
Fair enough.
fair enough. I guess I need to hire him
Yeah.
full time. It would mean not having a 2-week-long race as well. Yeah, what do you think about that? So the Italy Worlds, they lengthened the schedule by 4 days or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was what, 10, 12 days? How long was it? It was ridiculous. What
Well,
do you think
the only
about
thing
all that?
I like the idea where you haven't got to go to a warm up because we've got to go to a warm up in Australia and then we've got to go back there again in November.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money, 2 lots of flights. So I like the idea of having a load of practice while you're there, and you've got time to sort out what tyres you need and everything like that. Factory's got time to ship something in that they need.
Yeah.
So that was good. I thought it was quite good at the
Sicily.
Sicily, sorry, race. That was good. I thought it was good. It was an on-road circuit, really, wasn't it? When they put a load of money.
It was, it sucked. I was really disappointed. I was looking forward to the World Championships in Europe because we have so many good tracks in Europe. But then they went there and I was like, no, why?
Why do they pick all of these out of the way? Is Somalia going to be the next Worlds or something like that? I mean,
You know what?
that's what you told me. Joking.
I probably shouldn't say anything here. This is going out live, I'm not going to say this. I still want to race in Europe and I want to attend the World Championship, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say just now. So, craziest off-track incident at a big race. So on track, we had people driving other people's cars. What about off-track?
Off track. Craziest thing I see in Vegas was Travis Amazuka. Is that his name? Amescua, yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And we were, for some reason, everyone was like barging into each other at Vegas. And like at the pre-dinner party, yeah, in 2000, okay. When Kanai won with a Kaya show. And
I have a Kanai question. Remind me.
Yeah.
After this.
And he ran up the door. It was like he literally ran up the wall. Chad was there as well because what happened was they threw Chad's hat over the top of the kitchen, and it landed somewhere. But he ran up the wall. He looked like Spider-Man. And he kicked the door and it took the whole door off its hinges.
God.
And the security goes, right, shut it down, and they shut the whole thing down.
Where was this?
This was in Vegas, in the Silverton Hotel, at a big buffet.
Oh, the buffet at the banquet.
No, not the banquet where Barry Baker. Yeah, that was funny.
That was
Tim Long was like making out it was the water boy, but he was bringing Barry Baker shots. It was like 5 shots. Then it was 6 shots. He just about got to announcing Kanai, and then he passed out. And I had to carry him out.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Racing in the old days.
Yeah, Tim Long is a good old guy from the old school as well.
So I had a Kanai question.
Yeah.
So I heard that Kanai lost the world championship because his shot pin came out.
But where was this? In Sweden or was it in Bangkok? Bangkok, he was leading by a mile in Bangkok. And his engine just flamed out, or his pitman ran him out of fuel.
Okay.
And he would have won. He would have been world champion in 1990, and Mugen had 1, 2, 3, and Kanai was still 3rd with flame out.
But I heard his shock pin came out at some worlds like a long time ago, and he would have won that.
I can't remember.
No.
I can't remember.
But then the reason I remembered it was that even after that, he wouldn't change the design.
Yeah, he never put a flat on it, and then he put a round on it, which is good now. Because like Elliot was saying yesterday, you had a flat on it, but you had to put a mark.
Bangkok. It was Stanley that told me, I think. Bangkok Worlds.
No, it wasn't. No, the pin never come out.
What?
Never come out.
In Bangkok?
No.
That's what he's saying.
No, he had a flame out.
What do you think manufacturers and distributors in the hobby are struggling? Is it because everyone who is serious about racing want to be sponsored and not enough club racers buying pro kits? Well, we kind of covered that. We covered that earlier.
You need to support your shops.
Yes.
You've got to go through your shops. You'll get the best information there. You'll get some good tips on the internet, but it's like buying off the internet. You buy it. If someone doesn't like it, they'll either send it back and they get their money back, and that's it, or they don't and they get ripped off. If you go to a shop, you got a face-to-face person with experience, and they can show you everything, talk you all the way through it, tell you the pros and the cons, what not to do and what to do. If you buy cheap, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, we need to find a way somehow around this
you need
issue,
to support
but I don't know how.
your shops.
Yeah. So let's have one more question, one more good question, and then we'll end this. We need to go back and wrench in our cars and go to bed, right? That's what we do nowadays.
What about, you always say that you don't reckon the Americans land on the moon, don't you?
Oh, God.
And Paul King tells me it's true.
How can the Americans have landed on the moon when they can't even figure out how not to kill themselves or each other? I mean, not themselves, but each other.
But
they even simplify the English language.
But what I can't work out was, you know, when you see Neil Armstrong putting his foot on the moon, who was
going into conspiracy theory?
Who was filming that? There must have been a man on the moon to film that, because they filmed the landing of the spacecraft on the moon.
Oh, from the moon?
Yeah.
They filmed it landing?
Yeah, well, they filmed it, and then you see
video.
him and they put his foot, and that was 1968. We have trouble when we have a news live broadcast with satellites and that. They have a blackout.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, sorry, we've got trouble with connection and that." It was crystal clear in 1968. It was in black and white, but it was crystal clear.
I don't know. I really don't have an explanation for this, to be honest. When I find it really hard to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, what the technology they had was like a calculator.
Why don't they go on the moon now?
Yeah.
No,
they keep talking about going on Mars because it's got an atmosphere. There's no atmosphere on the moon.
Too far away.
Yeah.
Who is the best ambassador for the sport and why, you think? That's a good question. Yeah. That's the last one. Who's the best ambassador for RC right now? Apart from me.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be good if you didn't cause so much trouble with the Americans.
No, but I mean, Americans love me. I have my best sales in America.
Oh, that's good.
It's
I
all
think
good.
there's a good
I've
chance.
got to say, you work very, very hard at your product. I'd give you that. You know, it's amazing.
It's improving.
Well, because you're
Is that
always
the
around.
product?
The product.
The product. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very good. You know, I've got to say, because you're there in front of people all the time, and so yeah, what you do is very good, and I'll say take my hat off to you.
So he basically said me. Did you hear that, people?
Well, I didn't say that. You're doing a good job for your
Okay,
product.
well, thank you. I
It's
appreciate
very,
it.
very good.
No, I think there's a
As
lot
a
of good.
one-man band,
It'd be,
sort of thing.
I think it'd be unfair to say there's one good ambassador.
Right.
I think
There's
I
many.
think there's a lot of great people in this sport.
Everybody's got characters, haven't
Yeah.
they? I mean, we all think back, with all the drivers out there now, and obviously the new ones coming forward, but, with all the characters out
Well,
there.
is there someone that stands out, maybe even through the whole time you've been in RC? Like someone, now or in the past, just a name or a couple of names you can throw out that, like, these guys were really good for the hobby and the sport. Like, I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, I think I wouldn't want to name a particular person, but I think the majority of the top drivers at the moment all do a very good job.
Well, I think anyone that helps,
They
is willing to
sort of-
help someone
Right.
from.
I think
from
with
the
Facebook
clubman.
and all the social media going on
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
everyone's pumping a lot of
Helping
information
people at
on
the
that,
track.
Yeah, I
helping
think
people at the track.
if you're willing to help and you're not all up yourself and
Yeah.
you're willing to get your hands dirty, I think that's the
mean,
the best ambassador you get for the sport.
sometimes
and
years
there's a
ago-
lot of good club guys, that run clubs. That's a thankless task, running
yeah.
a track.
I've always wondered about
Yeah,
that.
running a track and just why do you want to run a track and settle and do all that work for people to come along and they
Yeah,
go
just
along,
complain.
they go
Moan.
on the track and then they
Yeah, moan.
complain that they go, oh, it was really dusty today and it's really bumpy.
Okay, anyway, that was a good last question. As you heard, most pro drivers nowadays are good ambassadors.
Yeah.
And I really have to pee. So we have to go. So someone needs to end this. You know what to do. We always end this the same way. Someone saying,
Adam
blow in
Lewis,
the bar.
is he your longest serving JQ?
Adam Lewis is, he had
Is
a
he still
JQ.
testing? I remember
Adam-
when he,
yeah,
I
he
remember
was
when he was on
testing.
a rostrum once. We went to the MK Grand Prix
Yeah.
and he took off, and it was a big tabletop, and he took off, and the jump was like heading towards
Driver's
the drivers, and he just patted it down and he went bosh like that.
I've heard that story.
And it was
Yeah.
the best landing ever. He
Yeah.
actually
So
landed it.
Adam jumped
Yeah.
into the driver's stand,
Yeah.
hit his car, so it downsided the jump
Yeah.
and continued.
Yeah,
driving.
it was-
And people were like,
Oh, it was hilarious.
mind blown.
And then the next lap, he got it stuck in the netting above the top. There's some reason there was this netting hanging down, and he got it stuck
Yeah.
in.
E-Buggy, thank you. I really have to pee. I'm going to pee my pants. See ya.